Hello, I'm Edward Hunter, and welcome to the Brickyard for highlights from the Indianapolis 300, the fifth and final round of the 2022 Formula SimRacing IndyPRO Series. Adam Maguire took pole position for Royal Blue Racing, but championship leader Dennis Jordan was out to win the title, powering past Daniel Stupkowski for second, with Jordan's teammate Yuri Kasdorp following him through. The two Red Bulls slipstreamed one another, allowing Jordan to take the lead from Maguire. Petr Brylyak was Jordan's main title contender but found himself stuck behind CNV driver Rory McDuff. Maguire then fought back, getting past first Kasdorp and then Jordan, allowing the Red Bull pair to save fuel in his wake. Alex Hallows turned in on Cameron Roger into turn 1, with the valet car being sent into a frenzied somersault. The safety car was deployed as Hallows exited stage right. Maguire led the restart, but it wasn't long before he was shuffled back and Red Bull retook control of the race, with Jordan letting Kasdorp lead the way and tow him down the straights. Songtor Ferenzi then hit the outside wall, leaving Kevin Morville with no time to avoid him. This triggered a caution and a second incident as Roger and Fabrice Mistral collided. Somehow, Roger's suspension survived this terrifying moment. Everybody pit under safety car, with Kasdorp maintaining the lead, but there was drama for McDuff on the restart as he found himself squeezed between David Mrozek and Liam Duval, narrowly avoiding spinning out. Ferenzi was in trouble again, losing the rear and sending Jacob Reed, Liam Howard and Janos Braxok into the barriers, causing a third caution period. With Reed's engine destroyed, the race restarted once again. Kasdorp was the first of the leaders to pit on lap 46, followed a lap later by Maguire. The Irishman then broke the pit lane speed limit, earning himself a penalty. Jordan was now defenceless against Stupkowski, but then the lapped car of Zolt Sux drew alongside and suddenly Brylyak saw an opportunity to snatch the championship. The move backfired though as the Williams driver lost out to Mrozek. The trio then pitted, with Liam Duval hot on their heels. Kasdorp emerged back in the lead, with Jordan slotting in close behind. Brylyak had jumped Mrozek in the pits, but the Polish driver didn't give up that easily, getting back through at turn 1. Worse was to follow though, when Michi Hoyer also got past Brylyak, dealing a severe blow to his title hopes. Rover's hopes were even more remote as he found himself being swamped by Janik Bock, Jake Danahan and McDuff. Kasdorp then had to pit again, leaving Jordan at the mercy of Jan Vosnica, who would charge his way through from 19th on the grid. Jordan didn't fight too hard though, and Vosnica then had to pit in for fuel, clearing the way for Stupkowski to pass Jordan, before he had to then make a stop of his own. Jordan's focus on fuel mileage was paying off. Brylyak and McDuff then pit, followed by Jordan, then Duval and Roberto Pignataro. Duval got out of the pits first, but Pignataro wasn't done yet with the Wolves esports driver, using the tow from Roger to go all the way around the outside at turn 1. Just ahead of them, Mrozek tagged the wall before almost squeezing Brylyak into it. The Slovenian had been stuck behind the Burst esports car for nearly 40 laps and was clearly fed up of the view, eventually finding a way past on the outside. But the relief was short-lived, as Brylyak then had to pit for the final time, followed by shorter stops for Pignataro and Duval. The duo then emerged behind Hoyer, and Duval was the first to pass him, ending up right behind Jordan in what would become the fight for victory. Danny Van Den Eet went off track and rejoined right in front of Ferenzi, who took evasive action and found himself heading straight towards the wall. Vosnica then pit from the lead with no safety car to bail him out. Jordan dropped behind Duval and Pignataro, but having saved enough fuel he attacked on the final 2 laps, tailgating Duval to pass the TX3 driver before setting his sights on the Wolves car and victory. Jordan went for the outside on the final lap, but Roger and Zux were a lap down in front of them, and the Red Bull driver narrowly survived a nasty scare as he hit the wall. This left Duval to take his first victory in FSR from Pignataro, who got his best result of the season, but it was Dennis Jordan who crossed the line third to take home an FSR championship for the first time in his career. Pascal Schmidt overtook Janos Braxok on the final lap to take 4th, whilst Indy AM Series runner-up Howard got his first ever points in the Pro Series with 6th. Kasdorp, Brylyak, Vosnica and Stupkowski could not get the fuel to last long enough, meaning they filled out the rest of the top 10. Fabien Ballet recovered to 11th after a difficult race ahead of Hoyer and Mrozek. Indy AM champion Morville finished his first Indy Pro race in 14th ahead of Mistral and Roivers, who did at least help Netrex to seal the team's championship. Here are your final standings for the Drivers' Championship. Dennis Jordan sealed the title with a 12-point margin over Brylyak, Vosnica beat his teammate Roivers to third by 5 points, and Liam DeVal's victory sees him take 50 points from Indianapolis, enough to shoot up to 5th, ahead of Skovron, Martin and Reed. Alan Terzic was able to hold on to 9th despite missing the last 2 rounds, and Thomas Vash cleared out the top 10. Well, it's title glory for Jordan and for Netrex, and an exciting end to the Indy Pro Championship. From Indianapolis Motor Speedway and from me, Edward Hunter, it's goodbye.